I'd like to introduce our speaker, Chris and Jim. Go ahead, and it's all yours.
Thanks, Huey. Are we? And good to see you all. And yes, I know I've recognized an awful lot of the faces, some from other places, but also some from STUG. This Zoom thing is a real melting pot, isn't it? Bringing us in from all over. And thank you, Bill, for inviting us back. We've been speakers at STUG
Several times.
several times now.
Yeah.
But not all of you know us, so we are geeks.
And we can prove it. We wear these silly hats. Have you ever seen these? Yeah, another word for a geek is a propeller head. And we do this. We actually got married in hats like these way back in 1998 on the 4th of July. So those fireworks are not just for Murray, they're for us too, okay? We were married on the 4th of July. Okay. But we are technology geeks. We travel a lot. That's what we love to do. And we are teachers. Well, she's the main teacher.
He's the real geek.
I speak geek and she translates.
I translate, yeah.
Okay.
But we are geeks and we travel a lot. That's the on tour part. So thus Geeks on Tour. And our website is geeksontour.com. We now have a Sunday YouTube show too. If you just show up on our YouTube channel at 2 o'clock on Sundays, you will learn something. If you have questions during my talk today, I love questions. You can put them in the chat or you can use the Zoom feature to raise your hand and we'll take care of you. We'll also be sticking around. You have a specific Q&A afterwards. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And it looks like I'm good to go till 8 o'clock.
Or later. She'll go forever.
No, I'll try to hit it at 8 o'clock.
Well, he can mute you.
We will be going through some slides, and there are some videos linked on the slides. You can review these later if you'd like by going to our website, geeksontour.com/classes, and you will see a listing there for STUG on today's date. I leave it free and open, no paywall, for a couple of weeks, and then it becomes for Geeks on Tour members only. So I like to start with a quick tip.
As always.
And if you've watched any of our Google Photos before, you've probably seen this tip, but it's important. Clean the lens, especially when you're taking a selfie with your phone. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a selfie with you guys behind us. There we go. And you could probably see that looked awful. It looked really cloudy. The first time this happened to me, I wondered, my phone's broken. Something's wrong with the camera in my phone. No, the selfie lens, it's hard. You might not even realize it's there, but it's right on the screen at the top. And it's bound to get covered with greasy fingerprints. So I have this handy little microfiber cloth, but even a corner of a t-shirt will do. It's glasses covering the lens. Now I'm going to try that again. And I'm going to show you the results. Yeah, that really looks bad. Focus the camera. All right. Now, this is a Samsung, and you might use this gallery app, but no, if you're going to use Google Photos, you need to not use the gallery. So I'm going to look at the photos I just took by going into Google Photos. And there's the one with the dirty lens. And there's the one with the clean lens.
Wow.
Make it bigger. Yeah. The only difference between that one and that one is that I cleaned the lens. So these cameras are fabulous. These phones, all the new slate of phones take wonderful pictures. as long as the lens is clean. Now you need to clean these lenses too when you're taking regular pictures, but it seems like that's a lot more obvious than the one that's for the selfie. So that's why I demonstrate that one. Okay. In case you don't know what Google Photos is, I mean, I've discovered that some people think that Google Photos is Google Images. Google Images is all the images that are public images on the web. Google Photos is a product. It's an app by Google to privately store, organize, edit, and share your photos. It is private. It is under lock and key with your name and password. And it stores all of your photos in the cloud. That means there's unlimited space. You know, it's not like storing them on your phone when the phone will get full at some point. The service, and then you can look at them with any connected device. You are not locked into one or the other. You'll see tonight I use both Android and iPhone, and I can also see them with the computer. That's what cloud computing allows. The service is free. The Google Photos app on your phone is free, and then the storage, you get 15 gigabytes of cloud storage for free. When you need more, it's $20 a year for 100 gigabytes. Then it goes up from there, but it's all still pretty reasonable. And if you're going to use Google Photos, stop using the other ones because you'll get confused. Google Photos is a competitor to Apple Photos. It's a competitor to Samsung Gallery. And if you accidentally are in Gallery and trying to follow the instructions for Google Photos, you're going to get all messed up. So make sure that you use Google Photos, that multicolor pinwheel icon. Why should you listen to me? I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to Google Photos. Google recognizes me as a diamond level product expert, and I wrote the book on Google Photos. You can get it on Amazon if you want. One home for all of your photos. You can upload your photos from every place. I have my entire life. I have over 100,000 photos on my Google Photos. Just using my phone, I can show you pictures from my childhood. And here I made a little pre-recording a while ago that I think illustrates it best. Hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and in case you don't know, I'm a big fan of Google Photos. One home for all of your photos, because it's in the cloud. In this little video, I want to give you a short visual representation of why I think Google Photos is so special. If you're anything like me, you have photos all over the place. You have photos on old phones. You have photos on old computers, on their hard drives. You have photos in old cameras, lots of camera cards around. Maybe you've put some onto CDs. And then there's just all the photos that we take with our phones. Well, Google gives you storage in the cloud for all of your photos. It's not just anywhere in the cloud. It's your account in the cloud. Private for your eyes only. It is under lock and key with your username and password. So what you do is you just start uploading all of your photos to that account. All the old photos from cameras, from CDs, from computer hard drives. How about thumb drives? How about CDs? And then, of course, all the new photos you're taking from your phone. Once they're all collected in the cloud, Google just waves its magic wand, and now they are all in date order by the date taken recorded on the photo itself. Let me show you what this looks like then on a phone or on a computer. So this is my Android phone, and there is the Google Photos app. And here's pictures I just took with this phone today, but I can go back, grab this little button, notice the dates go by. I can go back to 2004, and you know that this phone did not take these pictures. I am seeing all of the photos in the Google Cloud. All I need is a connected device and the Google Photos app logged into my account. So here is my iPad, there is Google Photos. It's looking at my same account. I can tell by the little account button in the upper right. And same thing, I could go all the way back to 2004 or before and look at all of the pictures that have collected in my Google account in the cloud. On a computer, you don't have an app or any piece of software. You just go directly to the cloud using a web browser. You go to Photos, or if you're on a Chrome browser, you can click on these little dots here and go straight to Photos. You need to sign in with your account, but the next time you do this, you probably will already be signed in like I am. I see that that is my account, and here are the same pictures that I saw on my phone and on my iPad. And here are the same dates. I can go back to 2004 or beyond and see all the same pictures that are in my Google account. Google Photos, one home for your lifetime of photos and videos. Just a raise of hands so the people that I can see, how many of you do use Google Photos now? Oh, we got a good handful. All right, cool. Oh, hi, Judy. Yeah. All right. One of the special things in Google Photos is the map view. So I want to show you that. You know, your phones, when you're taking pictures with your phone has a GPS in it. It knows where it is. So if your option is turned on in the camera app, then every photo you take gets stamped with the location where it was taken. And then you can view a map to find your photos. And now this is only on the mobile device. The web version doesn't have the map, but on the mobile device. So I'm going to use my Samsung. This works exactly the same on the iPhone, except for something that just changed last week, which I will mention. Okay, you go into Google Photos and notice these 4 buttons down at the bottom: Photos, Memories, Collections, and Search. The thing that just changed last week, and some of you will still have Library instead of Collections. So just know that it might change. The iPhone, on my iPhone, still says Library. I'm not sure when it's going to change. But the map, so here, this is just your photos. I'm on Photos, Memories, Collections, Search. On Photos, I just have over 100,000 photos here. If I go to Collections, that is now where groupings are. One of the groupings is by location, and that is this one right here. I tap on that. If you don't have Collections, then you tap on the Search button to get to those groupings, and you should still see a map tile. I can browse to different locations, but no, I want to look at a map. And what happens is you have a map on the top and photos on the bottom. I see a question there. Go ahead. A hand up. Dave?
I think it was just raising his hand to use.
Or was that oh, okay. So Zoom created that little hand up when you raised your hand to say you use Google Photos. Okay, so back to my map. And the top part of the screen is the map. And you can zoom all, and I love showing this. Why? Why do I love showing this?
Yeah, you show off.
I'm a show off. Because anywhere you see a color is where I have a photo. We lived in an RV for 14 years and traveled all over the US. So we have a photo everywhere. There's photos everywhere. You know, maybe not so much in Canada, but definitely in the US and in other places in the world where we've traveled. I want to go to Sarasota. I want to remember when it was that we visited Sarasota and gave a presentation there live. So I'm going to zoom in to Sarasota. And so you notice all of those colored areas? That means there are photos there. I want to keep zooming in though, and I'm looking for a middle school, I think, right? Not one. All right. Does this look like STUG? Nope.
I thought you'd check this.
I did, and it's just hard to see exactly where you are. Bee Ridge. And we should see an STUG sign here. There we go. All right. So do you see what I've done there? I finally found the right little color dot, and here are the pictures, and it tells me we were there on March 4, 2020 and April 3, 2019 and February 1, 2017 and January 6, 2016 and April 2014. So we used to come and visit you live a lot. So I think that's pretty cool. And let's say that you went back there and invited us to come. And I say, oh, geez, I don't remember how to get there. Well, these photos are geotagged, right? They're showing up on the map. So if I want driving directions to get there, all I have to do is open up any of these photos, swipe up, and I will see the map associated with that photo. There's a button that says Open in Maps. Open in Maps, Google Maps, get directions. So I don't even need to know the address of where you are. I have a photo of where it was. I can navigate based on that photo because of the way that Google Photos works. So that's the map. Next tip is making collages. You can select several pictures, put them together in a collage. And Google Photos, just in the last year or so, has added some fancy little features for that. And that is video 767. Google Photos created this collage. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to delete this one. And step one, make sure that you are using Google Photos. It's that multicolored pinwheel icon on either the Android or an iPhone. Step two, choose the pictures that you want. Long press on the first, then just tap the next ones. I've selected 5. I tap the plus and choose collage. Boom, it's made a collage. Now you have all these choices at the bottom for your layout. I like that one, but I want our faces to be in the biggest spot. Touch and hold, drag up, and they'll swap places. I like it. I tap save. That is now a separate picture in my Google Photos library. Google Photos collage. Hi, this is Chris Gould. The one thing that that video didn't show is the fancy artwork collages that are now available. So I want to make a simple collage. And this is on the phone only. Once again, you can make a collage using the web-based computer, but it doesn't have any of the fancy stuff. So I'm going to what? I'm going to select a few pictures from the STUG. So that one and that one and that one and now I just tap the plus and collage. And I have a collage, but I say, oh, I want it to look different. Over here, look at all these different artwork options. I say, oh, I like daisies. I tap on the daisies, and now the collage looks very different. But if I want to swap places with something, touch and hold, drag up, they swap places. I think that looks pretty good. And there's a whole bunch of them. They used to be for Google One subscribers only. It's now free for all. All of these fancy little collages no longer have the requirement of being a paid subscriber. So that's collages. Any questions so far? I don't see any in the chat. So I will go on. The photo grid, and I'm going to switch over to the iPhone just because, just to prove to you that this does all work on the iPhone as well. This is an iPhone. You still, once again, you do not use the Apple photos. You use the Google photos.
Same pictures.
And here are all my pictures. And you can scroll. It starts with today at the top. We're in July. As I start scrolling down, I'm going back in time. I can drag this little button here and instantly go back to 1890. Go back to the very beginning of my photos. How do I have a photo from 1890? Well, I snapped it from an old family album, and then I used the Google Photos technique to change the date. They stay in order by date taken, and you can select a date taken. All right. And you can move your fingers apart to make the photos bigger and bigger yet and bigger yet until you're just looking at one photo, or you can pinch to make them smaller, pinch to make them smaller, pinch to make them smaller, and that's as small as they go into month view. Now as you scroll through, you see the month and the year show up at the top. So just really easy to go through your lifetime and your ancestors' lifetime of photos. People. This is one of the things that people really like. Google Photos automatically notices when there's a face in the photo, and it knows how to recognize similar faces, and it puts similar faces together. So you end up with groupings for each person who you have photos of. I want to show you how you can make a little movie, including with music. My mom passed away a few years ago, and I wanted to gather all my photos of her and have a slideshow with music playing during the memorial. I'm sure some of you have been there. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do that. And this can be done on the computer. So I'm going to go to Google Photos on the computer, just get to my photos. And on the computer, the people groups are under Explore. You just click on Explore over on the left, and all of your people and pets. It it recognizes pets and groups them together as well. So here's my mom. And these are all the pictures I have that include my mom. There are hundreds, maybe thousands. I can just select the ones I want. I like that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. I'm not going to select too many because I don't want to take a lot of time
Yes,
here.
you do.
So there were 9 pictures, but you can select up to 50 for this to work. I click on the plus, so I have the pictures selected. I click on the plus and say, I want to add those pictures to a highlight video. They used to call it a movie. Now they call it a highlight video. Click highlight video, and it puts them together, and you can play it. But I want to add some music. That's the little music symbol down here, and it comes with some theme music. I'm going to use this one. How about End of the Rainbow? Oops, you're not hearing.
I'm not hearing anything.
Forgot about that. Oh.
Let's try.
Yeah. All right. And I wanted it to be landscape also. There we go. So now I play it. And there is music. Because of the way we're doing this, you can't hear it. But is that easy or what? I'm sure you've been in this spot before where you wanted to gather a bunch of pictures and have a running slideshow with music. I know people that have taken hours, days, weeks to put something like that together. Google Photos, you select the photos, click plus, make a movie, add music. Okay. So that's a favorite tip there. How we doing? Ah, I see a question. Murray.
Yes. Does it automatically put those in chronological order? And if you want to change the order, how do you do that?
You can just drag and drop. You can make them in any order you want.
But does it start out being chronological?
It starts out in chronological, yeah.
And
I
if
think.
there's videos in there, it'll include those as well.
Say that again?
There are videos in there as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Videos are great for that. So you have motion and sound from the videos as well. Yes. Yeah, Drew.
I was wondering if you've ever tried using the Android version of Google Photos on your PC using something like BlueStacks so that you have the ability to use the features on the phone with a bigger screen.
Right. I know it can be done. No, I haven't. I have used it on my Chromebook. So the Android version of Google Photos works on a Chromebook and you have the big screen. Yeah.
I have a program called Visor, which does the same thing. And yes, it works because I'm literally sharing my screen from my phone on my computer, and then I can blow it up. And that's one way to be able to use this on a bigger screen.
Yeah.
I hate the stuff that is just available on the phone. All the good stuff is where I can't access it.
Yeah. See, but for me, we often are traveling and the only device I have is my phone. So I think it's wonderful that all this stuff works on the phone. You know, I don't need to take anything else with me.
Mm.
Okay. Next comes travel photo albums. And number one, you can make albums with Google Photos. Same way that I just showed you to make the movie. You just select photos, click the plus, make an album. give it a name. If you go on vacation and take a lot of photos, we seem to take a lot more photos when we're traveling than when we're home. You know, there's only so much you can take a photo of at home. But when you're traveling, you take a lot. And it's so much fun to share them with people as you are traveling. Like Facebook, but not everybody is on Facebook, and some people don't like to put their travel photos on Facebook. You can make an album using Google Photos. Make it on day one. Make the album on day one. Put a couple of photos in it. You know, a picture of your suitcase, a picture of the brochure of where you're going, and then share that with your friends and family, and they will then be able to see the photos that you add every day as you go. So we are leaving on Saturday,
Hopefully.
to go to Little Cayman. And I have already, for a week of scuba diving, I have already started that album, but I'm not going to share that one with you because, let me just show it to you. So, albums, and I have started one for Dive Trip to Little Cayman. But, so I took a screenshot of this weather map. Hurricane Beryl is headed right for the Cayman Islands. So I'm not sure if we're going to go on this or not. It has not yet been canceled. Fingers crossed that it spares Caymans. But a couple of months ago, we went on a dive trip to the British Virgin Islands, to BVI. And I just want to show you how I can share that with you. So these are all our photos from scuba diving in the British Virgin Islands. All I have to do is give you a link to it, and you'll be able to see these photos. You don't even need a Google account. So how do I do that? I click the share button that I call it's the 3-dot slingshot up in the top right, and copy link, and copy. Now I can go to our Zoom call, and in the chat, I can paste. We're getting all mirrors there. Huh? So I just pasted the link to an album. Now, some of you already have this. Some of you followed us while we were on this trip. So it's the same album, okay? But I want everybody to get the experience of just looking at all the pictures of an album just by having shared a link. So easy. And then, as I say, as we add pictures every day, our friends can follow along and write comments. So it just like our own personal Facebook without Facebook. And I don't need it. Well, yeah, go ahead and 621. We have time. So hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and this quick video is about how to share an album with a link. So in Google Photos, first find your albums, then open the album you want to share, and click the share button. This is on a web browser, either Mac or Windows. Then create link and copy. Now you can paste that link wherever you want, in a Facebook post or in an email. So you would just right click in your email or Facebook post or whatever and paste. And when people receive that link, they can click on it and see your pictures. On an Android phone, it looks like this. I'm in Google Photos app. I find my albums. I open the album I want to use. I find share, and then get link. And link is copied. Now I can go somewhere else and paste that link. On an iPhone, Google Photos, find your album, open the album. Share is under the three-dot menu. Then you have to do share to and create link. And copy. Now you can go somewhere else and paste. So, for example, long press and paste. Sharing a link to an album is the most efficient way to let other people see your pictures. Okay. And we do that just all the time. All the time. And you can even have a group album. You can share with people and they can add photos. So we're doing these scuba diving trips. We do it with a group of people who are all friends, and I share the album with them. They add their pictures, and we now have a group album. And it's just so easy. But don't put all of your pictures in your album, okay? You take 15 pictures of a pretty sunset. Pick one. Pick one. Maybe two, maybe three, but don't put all 15 into the album. When you share that album, you're sharing your best, and you should edit them first. So pick a couple, edit them, make sure they're best they can be, and then add them. What do I mean by editing? I want to show you a little bit of that, including I'm going to show you Magic Eraser. And I'm going back to this one. So I'm just going to Google Photos.
It's kind of dark.
And
Look at it.
okay. How's that? And I have some sample photos just for this purpose. Okay. So just some basics first, and then I'll show you the fancy things. This photo, you can't even see it, right? It's so dark, you would just toss it. But wait. Tap on Edit, and then tap on Dynamic or Enhance. Look at that. From garbage to a beautiful photo. Not only is there one deer there, but there's another deer behind.
Dear, dear.
Deer, deer. And same thing with people. You ever take pictures of people and there's a window behind them so the people look in the dark? Edit and Dynamic or Enhance. You just try them. See what happens. When you've chosen one, it turns blue. If you choose another one, the first one goes away. So you can just keep trying your different options until you get the photo that you like. But this Magic Eraser is so cool. So here's a picture on a scuba diving boat, but I hate the fact that there's this pole in there. I do like the scuba tanks in the beautiful Caribbean Sea. Edit and Tools. Notice you have all these options here. You just got to play with them. Tools, Magic Eraser, and I just rub my finger over that pole, And sometimes it takes a couple of swipes to do it. Yeah, okay. And it's gone. Let me give you another example. And that is here. This is a standard example. See those two people in the background? I don't know who they are. I don't want them in my picture. So I tap Edit. And notice Magic Eraser comes right up under Suggestions. This is AI. Google Photos is looking at that picture and saying, I'll betcha you would like to get rid of those people in the background. So I can just type Magic Eraser here. And it has, can you see that? It has selected the people in the background. All I have to do is tap Erase All. And they're gone. But the real wow factor comes with telephone wires. I love this picture of this pretend lighthouse, but look at all those wires. Edit. And Tools and Magic Eraser. And once again, it's investigating the picture and saying, oh, I'll bet it would be better without those wires. I say Erase All, and is that a better picture or what? It really is amazing. And just this week, I got a brand new tool. So I'm not sure if you will have this or not, but it's coming. And that is called Magic Editor. So here's a picture of Jim and me celebrating something. We're always celebrating something. And I think we should be closer together. Edit. And this time I'm going to choose, this is a brand new little button here. And notice it starts shifting through different colors. Purple, blue, green. That is Magic Editor. I tap it and it does some stuff. It investigates the picture. I can just kind of rub over me and then touch and hold and move me over. And it will fill in. I have to tap the right arrow. I keep forgetting that. It'll fill in where I left a hole. And it takes a minute. It's doing quite a bit of work here. But can you see that? So it moved me over. And this is called Magic Editor. And it is brand new. And it's even everything I've shown you is now part of the free version of Google Photos. This one is free, limited. You can only use it 10 times in a month unless you're paying for the subscription. Okay. And any
before you
questions?
continue,
Yeah.
what is your opinion on the differences between the Samsung eraser and the Google eraser?
They're comparable. About a year ago, I did a demo with I have the video actually, but we're not showing that video. And the Samsung eraser was better than the Google one, but I don't think that's the case now. But to be honest, I haven't used the Samsung one in a while because the Google one works great. What, you have an opinion?
I haven't used either one of them enough to have an opinion.
Oh, okay. They're all getting this stuff. It's just, that's AI. It's AI just taking over and getting good and getting fast. I want to remind you all that you can review this class, and I want to show you where. So if you go to geeksontour.com and just scroll down till you see classes. or you can even type in geeksontour.com/classes. Click on classes, and you will see July 3rd, Sarasota Technology User Group, Google Photos Tips and Tricks. Click on that, and you'll be seeing all these slides. And where there is a link for a video, it is a live link, and you can play it and watch it. And as I mentioned, this will be free for a couple of weeks. We'll also put the recording of the presentation in here. And I think it looks like I have time. I can do one more tip. You okay with one more tip, unless you have more questions? And that tip is motion photos. Did I hear something?
Just go ahead.
Okay. I happen to love motion photos. You know, not everybody does. They can be a bit problematic. But first, what do I mean by motion photos? On the Samsung, in the camera, if you have this little option on, it looks like a play button. That motion photo on, motion photo off. I generally leave it on. In the iPhone, it's called live photo. And it's this, I call it a bullseye in the upper right. And live on, live off. So if you take a picture with live or motion on, you're capturing 3 seconds of video along with a picture. And here I do have a 591. I'm not sure that I had you cue that up. It's at the top. Hi, this is Chris Gold with Geeks on Tour, and this tutorial video is about using Google Photos to capture the best frame from a motion photo. First, let me explain what I mean by a motion photo. On iPhones, it's in the camera, and it's called live. It's that gold bullseye up there. When it's lined through, it's off. When it's there, it's on, and it means when you just take a photo, it captures 3 seconds of video also. On a Samsung phone, an Android Samsung, it's in the camera, and it's under settings, and it is called motion photos. If it's off, you're just taking a single frame, but if it's on, you are taking a couple seconds of video along with a single shot frame. So in photos, first I want to bring up a motion photo and show you what I mean. So see this photo? In Google Photos, you can be viewing the motion in the photo, or you can be viewing just the still shot. So this is our friend Tom singing and playing guitar, and the still shot that it captures looks pretty dull. But if I play it, I love the spot where he leans back and opens his mouth, and that's the one that I want for the still shot. So here's what you do. You either tap the 3-dot menu, or you just swipe up on the photo, and you will see the shots in this photo. Just tap on that little film strip, and now you can drag the marker over until the shot you want is the one that's highlighted. I love that. Then save copy. Now I have just a single shot of the scene that I want. One more example. This one I took very specifically, asking Jim to blink a lot, and you can see then that the single shot that it captured has his eyes closed. But I can just swipe up, tap on the little film strip, drag over until I get a spot where his eyes are open. And that is how you make a single frame picture out of a motion photo or live photo using Google Photos.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cool. It's just way cool. If you subscribe to our newsletter, and if not, why not? Just go to geeksontour.com and click the button for free newsletter. I showed how I captured a photo of lightning. How do you capture a photo of lightning? By the time you snap the shutter, the lightning's gone, right? Motion photo takes a couple of seconds before the snap of the shutter. And then with this ability to pick your frame, you can pick one of the frames before you snap the shutter, and you got yourself a photo of lightning. Okay. Hearing no questions, we have some questions for you.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, I have a question.
Okay.
So just because I don't trust cloud or stable local technology at all, I have copies of everything. And downloading my Google Photos, anytime I've attempted downloading photos, either one at a time or a bunch at a time where it puts them into a zip file, it puts right now on the date and time for every photo I download.
That's if there's a way to tell are you on Windows?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in the Windows, the column that says date is probably the date modified, not the date taken. There's like 5 different dates attached to every file. If you, in your Windows file manager, add a column for date taken, you'll see that it's still there.
Okay, I'll have to figure out if there's a way to put that into the date modified, because that's what I use for everything in life. But
well,
but good, thank you.
There is
That
such
helps.
a thing as the date taken.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
That's what's stamped by the phone. Yeah, when you copy photos to other places, they get a date modified,
What
a
about
date
using
created.
Google Takeout?
Yeah, I've tried
What
that
about
same
Google?
thing.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
I get emails all the time that my Google account is full, but I look on my account and it's only half full. All my accounts. Why am I getting that? But they
First
won't
of
let
all,
me email.
make sure that you're looking at the same account. I mean, a lot of people have a lot of different Google accounts, and they can get confusing.
That's probably
Second,
one of it.
you know that the Google Cloud account is shared by Google Photos, Gmail, and Google Drive.
Hmm.
So are you just looking at the Google Photos numbers, and maybe it's being filled up by the Gmail and Google Drive?
Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, well, they're still in the cloud, but I can't email them or something.
Right.
Use them.
If you get completely full, then Gmail won't work anymore, and you can't upload more photos.
But they're still in
I
the
sure
cloud.
think yes, they're still in the cloud. I mean, what you
Yeah.
put there stays there. You just can't put anything more there. It's like a storage room.
No more room.
No more room in the storehouse. But just it's $20 to increase it to 100 gigabytes. So
Yeah.
$20 a year,
$20 a year. Okay.
and that can be shared with 5 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called the family plan, and we have our newsletter sent out an article on how to do that.
Okay, I should get that. Your newsletter,
Okay.
I guess.
Do I see
Well, thank
another hand, or is that you? No,
Sherry?
Sherry.
That's me. Yes. Hi, Chris and Jim. Love you guys. Love your shows.
Thanks.
I have a question. I scan a lot of old photos using Microsoft Lens. Can those photos be uploaded to Google Photos also?
I don't see why not. Where are they stored now? After you use Google Lens, where are the photos?
They're in Microsoft Lens. I actually click on the icon on my tablet, Microsoft Lens, and that's where I see them all.
Well, they probably are actually on your hard drive. That Microsoft Lens keeps them on your hard drive, I would. Or in the cloud. If they're in the cloud, then no.
You'd have to download.
If they're on your hard drive, then yes, you can upload from your hard drive to Google Photos.
Okay. And if they're in the cloud, I can download them to my hard drive and then transfer them to Google Photos.
You got it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Cool.
So we have some questions for you, and then I will stick around for the Q&A time. Well,
did you learn something? Let's see. Before taking a photo, always do what? Clean the
lens.
Okay. True or false? If you take live motion photos, you can select a different frame for the still.
Computer.
Excuse me? Okay.
Okay.
That's true.
That's true.
Absolutely true. That's a wonderful reason to take motion photos when you're taking pictures of people.
Right. To see more photos on the grid in Google Photos, A, tap Settings, Zoom. B, pinch the screen. C, tap three-dot menu, Compact.
Yeah, just pinch the screen. Pinch to make them smaller. Reverse pinch to make them bigger.
Okay, true or false? Google Photos can remove unwanted parts of a photo.
Magic eraser. True. Yes.
Very cool. True or false? Google Photos automatically collects all photos of the same person.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's not always perfect, though, and it doesn't work in all countries. Just FYI, but it works in the US, and it works pretty good.
Google Photos stores your photos in one giant stream, sorted by A, date taken, B, date added, or C, tags, or D, events.
A, date taken, as stamped by your camera.
All right.
And that's it.
That's it. Okay.
I have a question and I can't figure out how to get my video on or hold up my hand. But anyway, I'm Marcia.
Well, we hear you, Marcia.
Okay. So when you were talking about a 100-year-old picture that you added to your stream, how did you physically take a picture of it? Take a picture of a picture to put it in there?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's the best way to do it. Okay.
I think so. You know, there's all sorts of scanning. We did one of our Sunday shows. We have a whole hour on it, on the way we do it. You can just take your phone and snap a picture, or you can take your phone and use a scanning app. You know, or you can actually use a scanner, but why buy a scanner if your phone can do just as well?
Okay. Second question is, if I put the photos into this shared album, can I then delete them from my phone?
No.
Okay, they will go away. Okay.
Well, delete them from your phone. Okay. If you make another backup, then yes, you can't delete them from Google Photos. Okay. When you take a picture, it's first stored on the phone, right? So it's actually physically stored on the phone. When you open Google Photos, and if you have backup turned on, which I think you should always have, but then it makes a copy of that photo to the cloud. That's Google Photos. That's where you can make the album. And then you can, if you want, delete from the phone, but don't do it unless you have a copy somewhere else. You know, your photos are precious. You need more than one copy.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Who else?
So, Chris, when you turn on the motion photo, I tend to leave that off just because I consider space precious. And it seems to me that would
It does
just
take a lot of
burn.
space, yes.
Okay.
But
You can always get a new phone.
or using Google
USB
Photos,
card.
once they're in the cloud, you can clean them off the phone. It will be taking up space in your Google Cloud then, but the next time you have a precious picture of somebody who maybe is no longer with us and their eyes were closed because it blinked, you'll wish that you had had motion photo on.
And you can convert a live photo to a still.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Then it's not as, doesn't take up as much space if you don't need it.
Correct. Well, it's just kind of a pain. You know, you can make a still and then delete the live. Yes.
Well, that's it for us, I guess.
I'm Chris.
Benny.
I'm Jim.
And we're Geeks on Tour.
Huey, you got it.
Thank you so much. Great. If there are no more questions, we got a couple of minutes. If you've got some just general questions again. All right.
Yay!
If not, thank you for joining us. This has been the Sarasota Technology User Group, or STUG. Everybody have a good 4th of July. Be careful with the firework. With that, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much, everybody.